take Messi's goals and assists away, he is still by far the best player in the world. Do we regard Zidane as a great based on his stats?
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
What does it mean to be a top footballer? What does it mean? I think when approaching this, we have to come to an understanding. That's the key thing, is having an understanding. And again, I'm a bit older. I was born in the 80s. Born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, 2000, and so forth. A lot of guys that I know born in the 90s. But again, that's here or there. But I think that is very important to note because it's how we view football now is very different. I didn't grow up with the internet. You know, the internet really... internet, especially Twitter, really blew up in my late 20s, you know, and so forth. But when I was in my teens and so forth, in my early 20s, Twitter was not really a thing, you know. And if it was a thing, Facebook was really popping off. But I think when people view football right now, as opposed to from before, it's based on numbers and stats, hard stats. I mean, and we need to really understand where those stats come from. Now, growing up, when we watched football or we watched these kinds of things and so forth, whether you're in a park, you're in a football game, you're in a match, you're on the streets, you're anywhere, you're watching football on the TV, we just knew, now that guy's really good, or he's really good. Now he's okay, he's really good. We didn't have it, like, this was just me in Nigeria, even in England, before really the internet was anything, before who scored on it and everything. We just knew who played well, who didn't play well, who was not. This guy is one of the best players, just by the eye test, just by viewing it. We didn't have numbers, we didn't have the assists or the goals, we just knew who was good. When we saw Zidane, it was, my God, that guy's amazing. When we saw Rui Costa, when we saw Figo, when we saw Raul, okay, when we saw Maldini, when we saw Nesta, we're like, nah, these guys are amazing. Now, this guy's one of the best defenders in the world. He's one of the best midfielders in the world. And this guy's one of the best players in the world. That was it. Like, when we talked about Ronaldo, the phenomenon, it wasn't about his goals. It wasn't about his goals or his assists. It was about, my God, this guy's one of the best players we've ever seen in our life. Pre injury was like, no, we're looking at an alien. Messi. I don't define Messi by his goals. Like, when people say, like, oh, like, all those goals in the calendar year, all those assists, I don't rate Messi on his goals. When I see Messi, the alien is what he does on the pitch. Take his goals and assists away, that's a very good thing. Take Messi's goals and assists away, he is still by far the best player in the world. He is still an alien. Because what he does, regardless of goals and assists, this dude is on a different planet to every other player in the world. Hazard. Is Hazard defined by his goals? I'm going to get to assists because I like that stat. I love that assist. But let's just deal with two, because the two categories that people like to, you know, use goals and assists, specifically with an attacking player. If you're a defender player, it's blocks made, tackles made, fouls committed, bookings, and so forth. But now let's look at the offensive, the attacking players. Your bread and butter are goals and assists, goals and assists, goals and assists. Let's look at goals. Is Hazard a goal scorer? Let's be real. Let's just cut the crap right now. Is Hazard a goal scorer? Is he known for scoring goals? Let's be real right now. All because he was scoring all these goals and he has scored all these goals right now. Yeah, that's all well and good. For me, that's the icing on the cake. Him scoring all those goals this season is the icing on the cake. That's not what he's known for. That's not his thing. When we look at Zidane as a great, was Zidane known for his goals? Was it that, Zidane didn't score, his crap? Nah, it's his influence. I like that word. We're going to use that word again. Influence in the game. If you don't have a mail, press pause right now, get a mail, and then resume the video while going in. Because I want to drop signs on some people. So that's the thing. He's not known as a goal scorer. He's not a Cristiano, he's not a Drogba, he's not an Icardi, he's not predicated on goals. That is for the likes of our dear friend Morata, Giroud, and so forth. Assists, I love the thing about assists. You know, with this very, very flaky stats, do you know what can count an assist? Do you know what can count as an assist? I can pass a ball to a dude. That dude can dribble past 3 players, smash the ball into the top corner. I get the assist. I gave the dude a square pass, the easiest pass in the world. I gave him the easiest square pass. He dribbles past 3 guys, puts the ball in the top corner. That counts as an assist. So when we see all these guys with, oh my gosh, 15, 17 assists, how good were those assists? An assist to me is a through ball, where the pass you made heavily contributed to said dude scoring the goal. An assist isn't a square pass, a simple, rare, regular pass. The guy had to do a lot more work before he had to score the goal. For me, that's not an assist. An assist is you are clearly assisting in the production of a goal. So with Hazard, with what is around him, how many assists can he truly get? He's dealing with Morata and Giroud, who are trash. Willian, as I've always said, his ceiling is tier 3. Pedro has not been relevant since 2011. Kante is not an attacking player. Jorginho, he's coming into a new league. Kovacic is coming into a new league. But these guys, Kovacic and Jorginho, they're tier 3 at best. Alonso, is he really the best left back in the world? He's a pretty decent left back. He's really the best left back in the world, really? Really? So now I'm not painting a picture that you guys are beginning to see. So how many assists can Hazard, because you guys love assists, how many assists can Hazard truly get? Again, I've got to give a shout out to my main man, Ford, aka Daniel, because I just got done watching the UFF football terrace vid, and because again, he told me to watch it because I really watch it live, but I watched it again just now. He did a great job. He did a great job in really explaining and going at Terry with, let's try and understand what we're saying about Hazard right now. So when you look at Hazard, and I think a very good point that Ford made are systems. Systems are key. Hazard at his best was what we saw for him at that World Cup, where for me he was arguably one of the best players at the World Cup. And I say this again. One of the best performances in that World Cup, was Hazard in the semi-final where they lost. What that guy was doing on a losing team and trying to force the issue, Hazard alone was forcing an entire French team to defend as a team. Alone. So when I'm looking at Hazard with Chelsea, because I'm looking at these games very carefully. Again, the eye test. Put away the stats. I don't do that. I grew up in a different time. I grew up in a different time. In a time I didn't have a statute of like, okay, runs made, ground covered assists. No, I use my eyes. Put away the computers, put away the keyboards. We didn't have that when I was growing up. It was real. So I'm looking at the games carefully, and I'm like, I'm seeing him breaking the line. I saw that through ball. I saw him break the ground. He's looking for that 1-2. He's looking for that pass. He ain't gonna get that 1-2 from that dude. That through ball ain't going anyway because that dude is gonna mess up the through ball. I see what he's trying to do to connect and get that exchange. It's not gonna happen because the dude is not on his footballing level. Messi knows that. I give that ball over the top, Jordi Alba is gonna get it. I know that I play that 1-2 with Busquets or Coutinho, I'm gonna get that ball back. But you're seeing Messi is not beginning to struggle a little bit because he doesn't have Iniesta. Because when he had Iniesta, he knew that me and Iniesta, we know exactly what's going on. I know when I break the line and I'm looking at that 1-2, Iniesta knows the kind of ball that I want, and he will give me that ball back. But you see, Messi is struggling because he does not have Iniesta and Xavi who are on the same wavelength. But because he's such an alien, he's still playing on a flipping high level even without those boys. So, with Hazard, and with what I need to explain to people is we can't base people on goals and assists. Zidane, for me, again, if you disagree with this, then you might as well stop the vid. If you disagree with this point, you might as well stop with the vid. And the point is, Zidane is one of the greatest players of all time. He's one of the greatest football players that we've ever seen. And I think Terry was saying that he'd put Zidane below Cristiano, which is insane, but that's neither here nor there. What were Zidane's goals and assists stats? I'll wait. Check it up, Google, Wikipedia. What were Zidane's goals and assists stats? Was Zidane credited for his goals and assists? Do we regard Zidane as a great based on his stats? Do we regard Zidane as a great based on his assists and goals? I forgot who it was. People were saying that, Iniesta is better than Zidane because of Iniesta's assists and stats. Iniesta has way more assists than Zidane. Easily. If you want to talk stats, Iniesta kills Zidane. Are we going to now say that Iniesta is a better player than Zidane? So do you see where I'm going? Are we really going to sit down and say Iniesta, and Iniesta is one of the best players of his generation? Are we going to say Iniesta is better than Zinedine Zidane? So with Hazard, it's about what the player is doing. Even in that Tottenham game, a game where... Because remember, you have to understand how football works. You have to understand how football works. Even for any of us who played football at a very low level, when you know that that tactically you're not in the game, it is pretty much impossible to do anything as an individual. Because we know that... Because that Tottenham-Chelsea game was not an even game. Tactically, Chelsea were beat down. Like, that's where Sarri has to take a bit of the blame. You look at Jorginho and everything. Tactically, it was... So when tactically players are not in the right position, you're not in the... It is almost impossible as an individual to do anything because, the way football works is not how FIFA and Pro works. You can't just dribble past everybody every time you have the ball. That's not how football works. It's more complex than that. You need a team structure. There needs to be somewhat of a structured team. So when your team is fully backed against the wall, there's very little you can do. There was very little Messi could do in that Roma game away. There's very little that the boy could do because tactically, boom, you were out of it. So there's very little that, even if I still feel like if Cristiano could have done more in that Portugal-Uruguay game, there's only so much he could have done because tactically Uruguay sorted him out and sorted Portugal out. So, but even despite that, even in that same Hazard game, I saw what Hazard was trying to do. Again, a perfect example, I saw where Hazard held the ball up, dragged it, made the ground, put in a through ball to Kante. It's a through ball to Kante. And there are times where Hazard had the ball and he saw Kante in an advanced position. It's like, he had to double team because you know that, Kante, I love you, my guy. Nah, I've got to hold the ball and look for someone else. And in his mind, he's knowing that flip. Oh God, do I give the ball to Morata? Because again, trust me, that's how footballers work. Because footballers, they know what other guys can do because you're training with these guys, you're playing with these guys. And you do take that split second before you make that pass to a player who you know ain't going to do that much with the ball when you give him that attacking pass. And that's what a very interesting point that forward made is that, okay, let's see Hazard in Barcelona or even Hazard in Real Madrid, as bad as they are, or Hazard in PSG, where you are around quality, where Hazard knows that I give that through ball to a Neymar or an Mbappe, I'm good. I'm good. I give that through ball to a Dembele or Messi, I'm good. We can ride. Me, Messi, Dembele, we can one-so our way into that goal. Me, Mbappe, and Neymar, we can one-so our way into that goal because we are on the same footballing wavelength. I know I pass. He knows where to pass to, that flick, that move, that pass and move. We know it. He can't do that with Morata, Giroud, Willian, Pedro. Because these guys just are not on the same footballing level. So are you now seeing the picture I'm trying to paint of Hazard? Where I've said that Hazard is literally the only attacking player that Chelsea have. He is the only player with that psychology. So do you know how difficult his situation is? Do you know how crazy it is that he's even managed to score 7 goals in this situation? So that's why he is top 3. Because he doesn't have the benefits of what Messi has in Barcelona. Messi is great. But Messi, you play as Barcelona. And Busquets is still one of the best DMs in the world. Dembele is one of the most talented players in the world. Suarez still has the talent to be one of the best strikers in the world. Coutinho is still one of the best attacking midfielders in the world. Jordi Alba is arguably the best left attacking fullback in the world. I seen the picture. I'm trying to. Arthur is vastly becoming one of the best central midfielders. Every game, he's vastly becoming one of the best central midfielders in the world. So with Hazard, you have Kante, one of the best box-to-box midfielders in the world. William, Pedro, Giroud, Morata. So, again, people will hate. Will say, nah, Hazard needs to score more goals. He needs to score more assists, goals, assists. Oh, he didn't score any goals, assists. Oh, no. Oh, 10 games, no assists or goals. Really? So, has football analysis really come down to this right now, where we are now basically purely on goals and assists? Let me even go one step further. So because a player scores a goal in a game, he's world class. He does nothing in the game, but he just manages to score a goal in the game. He's world class. Boom. He's world class. Really? Okay, a guy, all he did in the game, he did a through ball to a guy and he scored. That's it. He's world class. He didn't really do much in the other 90 minutes. He didn't really do much. No. Forget about what he did in the game. He made an assist. Assist, take, boom. He's got a goal. That's it. He's world class. He didn't really do much. No dribbles, no breaking the lines, no ground made, no dribble sessions, no facilitation. No. He's got a goal. That's it. Really? That's a pretty narrow-minded way of analysis, because analysis is what did you do over the course of the game. Because you do give credit for the guy that scored the goal 100%, because goals win games. If you score the winning goal, my gosh, you deserve credit. But that's why when I pick a man of the match, I'm not picking you based purely on you scoring the goal. Scoring the goal is a massive factor. What else did you do in the game? If between, let's say we have two guys, one guy, all he did was score the winning goal, but he didn't really do much for all the course of the game. But the other dude played his ass off and played at a high level for 90 minutes. I'm giving the second dude the one in the match. You scored the winning goal, credit. Without that, we don't win the game. But who was the best player in the game? Not the best player in the 57th minute. The best player for 90 minutes is the dude that played at the highest level for 90 minutes. So it is what it is. For me, I still affirm Hazard is still top 3 in the world. Because even more, that's why I'm actually going to even double down. Because I don't want to double down. But I said, wait a minute, after listening to what my man Ford and Daniel was saying, I said, yeah, I am going to double down. Because thinking about it, based on the situation he is, and how well he's playing with what is not a very good team, because I know what Cristiano has at Juventus. I know what Messi has at Barcelona. I know what Neymar has at PSG. Hazard doesn't have that. Give Hazard those PSG tools. Let's see what he does. Give Hazard what he has at Barcelona or Juventus. Let's see what he does. Let's be real. We saw what he did for Belgium at the World Cup with the players that he had. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hut patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hut patron page. Peace. Head over to the official site at harfootballhut.com or just click over here.